What's going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Sun. I've been playing too much Generation 6. I feel like you guys will get bored of it, so I decided to switch over to Generation 7, and it's the first time I played on this in over like a year and a half now. Today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Sun Hardcore Nuzlocke using only grass type Pokemon? Now, there are only a handful of Pokemon, just like always, that are available to us in the game, and yeah, we're gonna try a Hardcore Nuzlocke with it. Let's run down the rules of a Nuzlocke first. A Nuzlocke rule sets being, of course, first Pokemon in each route is the only Pokemon you can catch. In our situation, the first grass type Pokemon in whatever route we find it is the first and only Pokemon we can catch, unless it's a duplicate. After that, of course, if my Pokemon ever faints, they are dead, so I gotta box them, cannot use them ever again. And now, implementing the hardcore rule set onto this, I have to play on set mode, so anytime I beat a Pokemon, I cannot switch out, and no items inside a battle except for hell items, they're fine, of course, and no over leveling past the cap level on the bottom left, as you can see. Now, there's gonna be times where we do over level. I just want to make it clear that if we do over level, we cannot use the Pokemon we over level in the Kahuna fight, because there are multiple Kahuna fights that we're doing, and sometimes you kind of forced, you can't really do anything. The XP you gain from playing the game is just so much that you kind of just over level naturally. So this is the problem with Sun, and we'll get into this problem a little bit later, but just keep in mind that there are going to be some over leveling going forwards. Finally, the most important rule of every single Pokemon challenge on my channel, each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So here are the nicknames I picked out for this challenge video. If you guys want me to nickname after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down there commenting down a nickname, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, or some games you want me to play on, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It will greatly help my channel. We are close to 30k subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone that supports my channel. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. Now, to begin off, of course, we have one of the three starters being a grass type, so it's actually really worth it for us. I don't really use Rowlet at all. I'm normally more of a Litten user, so I don't know how Rowlet is used. I'm actually a big fan of Decidueye after this challenge video, so just keep that in mind. It'll be fun to use. Now, we don't get a first encounter into a little bit, so we're just gonna run through the tutorial battle, run through a lot of the battles. I was gonna do level caps at every trial captain and every trial, but as you can see, after the Pokemon school, we're already past level 10, so this is kind of an issue because the first trial captain is against Lima, and he is a normal type trial captain, and he only at level 10, so we're kind of over level already. So I just want to stick to the Kahunas. The Kahunas of the islands will be the main level cap of the game, and as well the Elite Four. I believe the Elite Four is like level 55, so it shouldn't be that hard. We're gonna go into the Elite Four at level 55 and we should be fine, and then whatever XP we gain is whatever XP we gain. And from that though, we are gonna head into our first trial against the gigantic Gumshoes. I remember this is a weird time in Pokemon's lifespan where Gumshoes was introduced and Donald Trump was getting elected. This is a really weird comparison if you guys remember during this time. I believe it's 2017. After that, we beat Gumshoes as our first trial. We get the Z move of 4 normal type moves. We're gonna head into Melemele's Meadows, and then we find ourselves a Cottonee in here. Cottonee is gonna be the first grass type encounter we get in the game, and it does not evolve until really late in the game, so that's kind of annoying. As well, once we're done with that, we're gonna face off against the island Kahuna of the game. Hala is the first Kahuna we face. Our Rowlet is part flying type, so we don't have too much to worry about. As you can see, we beat down all 3 of his Pokemon, even though he didn't for some reason use his Z move at all. I think this is the whole point of the fight, to show off Z moves, so it's kind of odd that he didn't use Z moves at all against me. But we're gonna beat Hala, and we're gonna get the fighting type Z move, and after that we're gonna head into the next island. I think is the Akala Island. Once we head into the Akala Island, we're able to catch ourselves a Formantis, which I also thought it should be a bug type Pokemon because it looks like a bug type Pokemon, but I guess it's similar to a Mantis where it's not a leaf but a bug. But in this situation, it's a leaf, not a bug. I don't know. Anyways, we're also gonna catch ourselves a Merlot. I've never been able to say this name, but the pre-evolution to Shiinotic, we're gonna catch her and put on our team, and then we're gonna head into the water trial next. The water trial in this game is gonna face off against Wishiwashi, which I'm actually in favor of because I do not like fighting against Arachnid. Arachnid seems way harder, so we're gonna work up using our Dartrix, and then Razor Leaf will knock out the Wishy-Washy, as you can see. Eventually he'll get down to low HP and activate his schooling form, which we're able to, well, now he's in a single form, and we're able to Razor Leaf and knock him out, as well as the Melemele, and we get to level 22. At this point, we're getting pretty close to over leveling, and that's exactly what we do when we head into the fire trial. Since I'm already over level, I should just get more over level. So when heading into the fire trial, we actually are insanely over level. I think this is fair. Let me explain my reasoning. This is not cheating per se, but I'm over level. I'm not going to be able to fight against the fire types pretty well, you know. So I am going to bargain with this. We're going to over level our Dartrix, and we're going to beat down this fire type Salazzle trial, because it's technically not a Kahuna, so we're not really out of midfield. So we're just not able to use our Dartrix or soon to be a Decidueye during the Kahuna fights, but we can beat down the trials using our Dartrix. So you know, that's my reasoning for that. But at least we got through the fire trial, because I don't think I could get through the fire trial. Look at my team: Cottonee, Formantis. I got Shiinotic though, but that's about all I can have. And we almost lose against the Salazzle anyway, so I mean, is it really over leveling, or is boss Pokemons in this game crazy? Anyways, we're gonna finally beat the Salazzle, and then we're gonna evolve our Dartrix into a Decidueye finally, and we're gonna have Spirit Shackle, which is a great move. Once we get the Z move for it, it is over. This thing becomes so broken, I promise you. From there though, we're gonna head into the grass trial next. The grass trial, we're looking for an encounter. There are no encounters during the trial, so we have to go through and finish off the trials. We just beat down the Lurantis, and it shouldn't be too hard. As you can see, this Hydroid carries that, and we get the Grassium Z move. After that, we're gonna go back into the lush forest, and we're gonna catch ourselves a Bond Sweep. A Bond Sweep is this little radish looking thing. We're gonna capture that, put us on our team. We're not gonna use it for a little bit though, because the Decidueye is our main carry. And then we're gonna head into the stone store, where we thought we could find ourselves a sunstone to evolve our Cottonee. Unfortunately, it only has 4 basic stones. What kind of stone store is this? So completely useless for now, because we don't have anything that evolves with those stones just yet though. Once we're done with that, we're gonna head into Memorial Hill, and then we're gonna catch ourselves a Phantom. I don't know, we can't evolve it, so it's gonna be on our team. Definitely gonna be father, but we're gonna face off against Olivia next, the Kahuna of the island, obviously. So we're gonna face off against Olivia. We cannot use our Decidueye in this battle, since he's over level. We can't really use him, so we're gonna start the battle using our Formantis. Formantis will 3-shot the Nosepass, as you can see, and then she's gonna switch out into her Boulder. I don't want to lose my Formantis, so I decided to switch out into my Cottonee next, and finally we get to use some different Pokemon. Luckily, Cottonee is a pretty strong Pokemon. As a base form, it has Giga Drain, and then is able to 2-shot the Boulder. And next up, she can switch out into her Lycanroc. This Lycanroc Z move is going to hurt, so I decided I need to sack something. The first death will be to the Phantom, because I know it's not going to be useful at all. I can't even evolve it. If I could evolve it, I would have sacked my Formantis. Maybe I would have sacked my Formantis, actually, yeah. Unfortunately for Phantom, is going to be the first KO of our Nuzlocke run. And then we're going to go into our Shiinotics, and then the Grass Z move will knock out her Lycanroc, and we beat Olivia. Next up, after that, we're going to face off against Nihilego. Nihilego, I mean, goes down. I mean, or Decidueye goes crazy. And then after that, we're going to catch ourselves a Paris. Paris is a grass and a bug type Pokemon. It's nice to have on our team. It has Spore instantly, which is kind of crazy. And after that, we're going to face off against the electric trial in this game, which is against this Vigavolt. Once Vigavolt was shown, do you guys ever remember Vigavolt when it was released? Everyone had a Vigavolt on their team or some way. Everyone loved Vigavolt. Unfortunately, I didn't really like him because he was so slow. He looked like he was fast, but he was very slow as an electric type that looks like a jet plane beetle. But luckily, the Decidueye will just knock him out. We use Razor Leaf at the end too, just for some BM, knock out the Vigavolt and do some damage against the Charger Bug, and then knock out the Charger Bug. And yes, I'm over level, but it's a trial. It's not a Kahuna fight. Don't worry about it. Eventually, we'll get into the level caps with my Decidueye. But we're also going to evolve our Formantis into a Lurantis. I mean, not really useful because I don't have Contra, I don't have Leaf Storm, I don't have Superpower. I really don't have anything with this Lurantis, so it's kind of all my team. From there, though, we're going to face off against Guzma for the first time ever. We're going to beat him down. As you see, Sucker Punch goes crazy. We have Sword Stance now. We got that from the market in the same city, I believe, and it just destroys everything. I'll play as Aerialos as well as we head into the Ghost Trial next. And next, we're going to finally head close to the electric nuclear plant over here. we're able to get ourselves a Sunstone, and we're able to evolve our Katani into a Whimsicott. Finally, took, I don't know, 5 hours in game. So that's kind of annoying, but we're gonna head into the Ghost Trial next. The Ghost Trial filled with a bunch of Pokemon. We just have to snap them. It's just a knockoff Pokemon Snap right now. It takes a little bit to get this Gengar. As you can see, I'm not, it's kind of embarrassing, but we're gonna knock out the Gengar, and then we're gonna head into the Ghost Trial itself, where we're gonna start off the battle using our Parasect against the Mimikyu. Now, why do we do this? Because the Decidueye is partly Ghost type, so he will most likely get knocked out in one shot. I want to send out my Parasect first. Parasect will just knock out the Disguise for us. Then our Parasect will get knocked out, being our second Pokemon to get knocked out in our trial run, but that's fine. Send in my Decidueye next, and Decidueye can Z-move it. I gotta cut this out. This is copyrighted. No, cut this out right now. Anyway, after that, we're gonna knock out the Mimikyu in one shot. We almost get knocked out by the Mimikyu, but luckily we have Sucker Punch to knock out the Haunter, and we beat the Ghost Trial. And from there though, we're gonna go into this pathway as we head into Po Town. Do you guys know about this pathway? I didn't know you could just go into this hill and just avoid all the trainers going up into Po Town. But once we're in Po Town, we're gonna face off against Guzma, and Guzma goes down. It's that simple. People really love Guzma. And also this Kahuna named Nanu, which we're gonna face off against the Dark type Kahuna of the island. We have a Fairy type Pokemon, which I didn't realize we did have one because I forgot Shenanix was even a Pokemon on my team. But we're able to knock out the Sableye, as you can see. Once we beat the Sableye, we finally get a really good sleeping move, which is Spore. We had to deal with Sleep Power this whole time, but we're able to knock out the Sableye. We're not able to use our Decidueye. I didn't want to use him in the first place because he's Ghost type, but he's also over level, so we're going to stick with our Shenanix, knock out the Sableye. Then he's going to switch into his Persian next. Normally, he always spams the Z move on his first turn, but I think I realized eventually at this point, I was like, oh, I'm a Fairy type. I don't think he wants to spam his Dark type moves on me, so I'm able to knock out his Persian in like 2 shots with Wicked Drain, as you see, and then 1 shot his Krokorok, and we beat the 3rd Kahuna of the game. They were actually really pretty easy. This game actually in general is pretty hard. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty hard, but certain battles is easier if you have the best type advantage. Unfortunately, in this fight against this Muck, I did not have the best type advantage, as you can see, so I just rely on this Sinister Arrow. We gotta cut it out. But luckily, we actually one-shot the Muck, even though he would have knocked me out if I didn't do that. That battle could have gone worse, because I had nothing to counter that Muck at all. And then from there, we're gonna face off against Guzma, and then we're gonna face off against Guzma for the final time. We're gonna sleep down his Golisopod and then Swords Dance up against him. He's gonna start Swords Dancing with me, which doesn't work out because I'm 1 Swords Dance ahead of him, so I'm gonna be finished first, and then I can one-shot him. Oh, I don't want to shut up. He actually emergency exits with it, so that's odd. He's getting sent as Masquerating. I'm gonna Sucker Punch, knock him out. Sucker Punch the Ariados, Sucker Punch the Golisopod, and as well knock out his Pinsir for a clean sweep, and we don't lose any Pokemon to Guzma throughout all the battles we have against him. Next up, we're gonna face off against Lusamine. I'm not gonna show the whole battle right now, but we're gonna knock her out. Once we're done with Lusamine, we're gonna go to Ulula Island. We're gonna catch ourselves an Execute. This is going to be our second to last encounter. As you can see, we're going to eventually evolve our Execute into the Palm Tree Executor. Once we beat Hapu, of course, the ground type Kahuna, pretty cleanly, as you can see with my Decidueye in the back. And then we're going to face off against Lusamine in the final evil battle fight against Aether President Lusamine. She can start the battle against us using Clefable. We're going to start the battle using Shenanigans against her. We're going to Spore her down. And once we Spore her down, we're going to switch out into her Decidueye next. Decidueye is able to get 3 Swords Dance off against her, as you can see. Once I get pretty low though, I want to hit her with a Leaf Blade, knock her out in 1 shot. Then she can switch out to her Mismagius next. This Mismagius I thought was going to Shadow Ball me. This thing only does Pain Split for some reason, which I don't know what they're trying to do. I swear this game was much harder than I believe it was. But anyways, I'm going to Spirit Shackle, knock it out. Then she's going to switch out to her Lilligant. I thought this thing was going to Teeter Dance me, but it actually hit me, so it outspeed me, knocked me down pretty low, so I'm kind of scared now with Petal Dance. And then Spirit Shackle will knock her out in return though. After that, she can switch into her Milotic. I don't know why people say melodic. I don't know. It's Milotic. Anyways, Sucker Punch will knock out the Milotic, and then she can switch out to a Beware. Now the Beware kind of scares me because I don't think Sucker Punch would knock her out, and then I'm afraid I don't outspeed her, so I want to switch out into my Whimsicott in the back. Luckily, Whimsicott is able to charm it down and eventually Leech Seed it, knock it out, because they only use Pain Split for some reason. I thought it was going to attack me, so this whole situation could have been avoided. but we beat Lusamine. I swear, I promise you, Lusamine is a much harder fight in some battles, but we're gonna beat Lusamine, and that is that. From there though, we are done with the main game. Essentially, we are going to face off against the Elite Four now. The Elite Four has just been built, and it's time to face off against all the Elite Four members. No more scary than the flying type Elite Four members. I want to start off our Elite Four challenge against her with my full team at max power. Our Pokemon includes Decidueye, Whimsicott, our newly acquired Delmise from Seafolk Village, our Shiinotic, our Serena, and our Executor, which doesn't fit on. He looks kind of goofy on the layout, but he's there. We're gonna face off against Kahili first. We're gonna send out our Whimsicott to start off the battle. We're gonna charm down the Skarmory to lower its attack stat to about -6, and she can set up all the hazards and hit me with Steel Wing. I'm gonna Leech Seeder to get my residual HP recovery. As I switch out into my Decidueye next, Decidueye is going to set up 3 Swords Dances to get a +6 attack against her, as her Steel Wings are doing nothing against me. This flying type Elite Four member is getting really hounded down. And finally, we're going to be able to Spirit Shackle, knock out the Skarmory in one shot, as you can see. Boom, Skarmory goes down. And next up, she can switch out into her Mana Buzz. I'm like, ugh. Hopefully this knocks her out, because nothing is super effective on my side. So hopefully this knocks her out, because this does not. A foul play will definitely knock me out. So I needed this Sinister Arrow Raid to knock her out. I gotta cut it out. Copyright. But it was just enough to knock it out. I actually don't know. It's kind of slowly. I don't know. I actually don't know the calc for that. But +6 plus a 200 base power move should knock something out. I would think so. Anyway, she can switch out to her Toucannon next. I'm gonna Sucker Punch, knock it out. Obviously, she can switch out to her Crobat next. I got caught. It Confuse Ray me. It's kind of annoying. I even landed Supersonic, not even Confuse Ray. Landed Supersonic against me, so I went through it. I was like, you know what? I can't go back now. Just Sucker Punch, keep Sucker Punching, and I eventually knock out the Crobat, and I risk it against the Oricorio. I should have just switched out, but I didn't. What else can I switch out into? I guess my Executor, but I mean, I was afraid Hurricane was gonna knock him out, but I break through confusion with a really risky play, and we beat Kahili, the first Elite Four member of the game. Next up, we're going to face off against Hala. Hala's going to be the fighting type Elite Four member in the opposite room. We're going to start the battle same way. We're going to start the battle using our Whimsicott against his Hariyama. We're going to charm down his Pokemon all the way to -6, as you can see. I also Leech Seed him to get my recovery back, get my HP back just in case I need my Whimsicott. And then switch out into my Decidueye, of course. Decidueye is going to be the GOAT. He's going to start setting up Swords Dances. We're going to get +6 in front of the Hariyama as he forward restores, which is nice. And then we'll finally be able to Leaf Blade, knock out his Hariyama. And then Hala's going to switch out into his Crabominal. I mean, Leaf Blade's right there to knock him out as well. Then he's going to switch out to his Primate. I was like, you know, it doesn't matter if he hits me at all. I can survive anything. Hits me pretty hard, but Spirit Shackle will knock him out in one shot. And then he's going to switch out into his B-Rare. B-Rare will get knocked out in one shot with the Leaf Blade, and his Polygraph in the back will get Leaf Bladed knocked out. So we sweep down Hala and Kahili so far. Next up, we're going to face off against Olivia. Olivia is going to be the Rock type Elite Four member. She can start off the battle against us using her Relicanth. I'm like, what can I do in this situation? Start the battle same way, using obviously my Whimsicott, but this time it's kind of odd. I charm down the Relicanth, then it's going to yawn me, so I want to switch out into my Shiinotics. And then I got hit in the face with an Ancient Power. So I'm going to put this thing to sleep because it's annoying me right now. And then I'm going to String Sap it. String Sap is such a broken move. So broken. But we're going to String Sap up the Relicanth, as you see. And then we're going to Giga Drain, knock out the Relicanth. She can switch out into a Lightning Rock next. I thought Z moves were the same thing as Dynamax moves. So I Z move my String Sap, trying to protect myself from the Z move coming at me. But it didn't work, as you can see. I just look dumb. So I just Z move String Sap, which I could have just Z-move Bloom Doom and knock out the Lightning Rock, but it's okay. I lower his attack stat and get my HP back, and then she Z-moved me, and it didn't do that much damage at all. And then I'm gonna just String Sap her. I mean, that's about it. Like, switch out into my Decidueye, get a boost up, as you can see, free boost up against the Lightning Rock, and then I'm gonna end up Leaf Blading, knock out the Lightning Rock, as you can see, and then she can switch out to her Carbink. Carbink will get Leaf Bladed as well, knock that thing out. She can switch out to her Probopass. I should have Spirit Shackle into Leaf Blade, but I feel like it would have done the same amount of damage. I get Thunder Wave, which is very annoying, but she's also going to set up Sandstorm, as you can see, and my Thunder Wave, I keep getting paralyzed. I can't get my attacks off, and I'm just kind of stuck here. So I got to switch out my Decidueye. Decidueye almost went down there. That would have been a problem. Switch out to my Whimsicott. get critted, but I'm able to Giga Drain, get my HP not back at all, get no HP back at all. I leech seeded so I can switch out into my Serena next. Serena actually has a great move called High Jump Kick, which is going to kick the Probopass in the face. Boom, just knock it out in one shot. And then she can switch out to her Golem next. I am going to Chop Kick it because it lowers the attack of the opposing Pokemon. She can Steamroller me once. I'm getting High Jump Kick in the following chain. Does not knock her out. She almost knocks me out using Steamroller with a crit. And luckily the Sandstorm stopped in time, and then we're able to Chop Kick her once again, and we're able to knock out her Golem. That could have been a scary situation, but we still stay alive with all 6 Pokemon. As we head into the final Elite Four member of the game, we're going to face off against the Ghost type Elite Four member. We're going to start with the battle against her using my Shenanigans. I do have Fairy moves, so it's going to confuse me. That's fine. I just want to put a Moonblast on it, knock it out. Just quick and easy. Just knock out the Sableye. It could get really annoying. She can switch into her Frostless next, which is kind of scary, so I'm like, ugh. She can Blizzard me. She actually lands the hit. I end up sporing her, which is great. Put her to sleep. So once I put her to sleep, I kind of panicked. I had no idea what to do. I was thinking Delmice, but what if Delmice doesn't knock her out? What if she wakes up and then knocks out my Delmice? So I decided to go into my Decidueye instead. Decidueye, I'm just gonna bank on this. I'm just gonna Sword Stance. I could live a Blizzard, I know that, because this Decidueye is really tanky. I live it barely, but I'm able to Sucker Punch in the following turn and knock out the Frostlass. Luckily, it doesn't have Focus Sash or anything. That would have been annoying. She can switch out to her Delmice next. I know I can outspeed it, so I'm a Spirit Shackle, knock out the Delmice, and then she can send out her Palossand next. I'm like, I feel like I can knock her out using Spirit Shackle, and luckily I do. I should have used Leaf Blade because I was in Overgrowth range, but whatever. It doesn't matter anyways. She can switch out into her Drifloon, and I didn't want to make this mistake. It has Aftermath, so I want to Z-move it so I don't take any Aftermath damage at all. And then we're going to one-shot, knock out the Drifloon, and we have finished and we've beaten and conquered the Elite Four of Alola. And now we go into our throne, into the champion room, where we must fight against Professor Kukui. Kukui is going to be the champion challenger of the game. So we can start the battle against us using the Lycan Rock. We're going to start the battle against him using our Shenanigans. We're going to String Sap him from the start to lower his attack stat because Lycan Rock is pretty powerful. We're going to String Sap him multiple times, as you can see. Let's get our HP back against him. And then we're going to put the Lycan Rock to sleep. String Sap him once more to get my HP. Switch out into my Whimsicott to charm him down. Once I get him charmed down, I can Leech Seed him to get my HP recovery. Switch back into my Shenanigans to put him to sleep because I don't want him to do too much damage against my Decidueye. And then switch into my Decidueye finally. Get +6 against him, as you can see. Get my HP back and everything. If he crits me, is a problem, but luckily he doesn't crit me. He gets my defense lowered down, but that's fine. We're able to knock out the Lycan Rock. Once we beat the Lycan Rock, his next Pokemon will be a Braviary, which is very annoying because unfortunately Sucker Punch does not knock out the Braviary. As you see, he's gonna knock himself out using Brave Bird, but my whole game plan is gone. The Decidueye is gone, and I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here without like a sweep. He's gonna send out his Ninetales next. I send out my Whimsicott next. I'm like, ugh, this is not a good matchup to begin with. So I decided to switch out into my Delmice. Delmice unfortunately takes a Blizzard and Ice Shard, and Delmice goes down without even seeing the battlefield. So that's really great. So send out my Serena next. I'm like praying. I'm like, hopefully this hits. Drop Kick does about half to it. It misses the first Blizzard and then misses the second one. I'm like, okay, it's game time. We knock out Ninetales. Then Kukui is gonna send out his Incineroar next. I'm like, ugh. High Jump Kick does a lot to him, but he's gonna Z-move me right in my face, right in my mouth, and he does a lot of damage, as you can see. He can knock out my Serena, so that's 3 Pokemon already knocked out, so I have 3 left. I'm gonna send him my Exeggutor. Exeggutor is gonna knock out the Incineroar for us, which is fine. And then he's gonna switch out into a Snorlax. Luckily, Exeggutor has Sleep Power, so I can Sleep Power down the Snorlax. I'm able to 3-shot him using Dragon Hammer, as you can see. And then the last 2 Pokemon on my team will be the Exeggutor and my Shenanigans. And against his Magnezone, which is fun. So his final Pokemon will be Magnezone against me. I am going to put him to sleep using my Sleep Powder. He's getting Thunder Wave me, which is fine. I'm going to Dragon Hammer him once. I do a lot of damage. I'm like, okay, this could work. I just need to predict him to wake up. He does not wake up for 2 turns. And I just wasted 2 turns for no reason. I should have just kept attacking him. But I was so afraid that he's going to wake up and hurt me. So he's going to wake up, Flash Cannon me, and then Flash Cannon me once again to knock me out. And my Exeggutor goes down with only doing 1 bit of damage against him. But luckily, I send my Shenanigans next. He's getting Thunder Wave and misses me, so I'm able to Spore him. So I'm able to Giga Drain up against him. And I'm like, this is not going to work. Giga Drain does not do a lot of damage at all. But I'm like, maybe I do have the Z move on him. I did not use my Z move. I'm able to Giga Drain him down. I'm like, it's doing a lot. I just need to do a little more. He's gonna wake up, Thunder Wave me. I'm like, oh, hopefully I can live a move. He's gonna Flash Cannon me. I do not want to get paralyzed right now. He's gonna Flash Cannon me. I live with 30 HP. Spore him once again. I'm able to Giga Drain up against the Magnet Zone. I get paralyzed the first time. I'm like, oh, please don't wake up right now. Please don't wake up. If he wakes up, it's over. I'm gonna Z move, Bloom Doom. He does not wake up, and we're able to get a Z move off against him, and this should be enough to knock out the Magnet Zone, and it is just enough to knock out him, and we beat Professor Kukui. All our Pokemon are dead, but our Shiinotic, and we've beaten Pokemon Sun Hardcore Nuzlocke using only Grass-type Pokemon. If the Braviary just died in one shot, just like everything else in the Elite Four. This became so hectic at the end that it was actually a perfect ending after all. Anyways, that's the end of the challenge. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It'll greatly help my channel. Anyways, my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.